Mojo.
This is how he is going to scale with other large characters, still in 1/12 scale. In this group, you have your average Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Black Series, Stormtrooper, and the Mandalorian. And here is Mojo with the other lines, all 1/12 scale. For accessories, he comes with an extra pair of hands, which are very nicely detailed. This one is more like a grabbing hand or holding hand, and in this version of Mojo, the fingernails are not painted, but still very well detailed. Both hands have subtle shading of purple. And also, he comes with an extra head with his tongue sticking out. Very nicely detailed. All the subtle shading, the tongue, the eyes. Check out the eyes. The tongue is a separate plastic. Now, let's move on to articulation. For articulation, let's start with the mechanical scorpion base that he sits on. First is the tail. The end of the tail or the head of the tail is connected by a ball joint. So it will be a multi-directional, up and down, left and right, round and round, very convenient. And then the base of the tail that is connected behind his seat is a swivel. It is a ratchet joint system. Now, for the mechanical legs, they are on a multi-directional joint system having a ball hinge and a swivel. Both large and small joints have multi-directional joint system, including the two front mechanical arms. Now, the hands of these mechanical arms are not articulated, but the base or the wrist are on a swivel. And now, the on and off switch is just sculpted. It is not functional. Now, for Mojo himself, the neck is very restricted. It is on a ball joint, but very restricted. But before we do that, let's take these hoses off. So we get it out of the way. So now for the head articulation, it can go up and down very, very minimal. Left and right, almost non-existent. Back and forth, nope, very minimal. And it looks awkward because of the cap. Now the midsection right here also connected in a ball joint under. So it can look left and right, although very minimal as well. It can move side to side, back and forth, and then his arms, his shoulder are on a ball hinge. So it can go about 90 degrees, and he got this bicep swivel and pinless elbow, which is also double joint. Very beautiful. Look at that. But it is expected because he's got long arms and skinny. And as far as articulation, that is pretty much it. The most impressive articulation are his arms. Just check this out. But this is to be expected. For a longer skinny arms, this is to be expected. Also, I forgot, the wrist right here is on a swivel and hinge. And that pretty much takes care of the articulation. Now, let's take a closer look of the figure and see how beautiful it looks. For visual, let's take a closer look of this figure. All the sculpted details, the paint application is just perfection. The subtle shading of reddish purple around the creases, in between the creases, the cuts, the joints is just crispy clean and just impressive. All the details, look at the wires when it meets the skin right here. It just looks nasty and just gross, but it's just beautiful at the same time. The silver that they use on the mechanical seat and his hair, or the wires on his head, is just reflective. Silver is just perfection. Like the colors around it reflect, so it has this rainbow effect. It's just, wow. Look at all the details. The wrinkles. The subtle shading of reddish purple on the base of his belly. Wow. I might not said this before, but just in case, the belly, it's soft and squishy, but you don't have to worry because somehow it goes back to its original shape. So yeah, it is kind of gross, but at the same time amazing and very, very interesting. So yeah, all the details, even under the base, even behind his back, the seat details right there, the inside, it is very well done. Initially, I wanted to add some paint on this mechanical base, but no, I'm not gonna do that. It's just beautiful as it is. Very impressive. I like it the way it is. It's just, wow. This guy is, he looks wicked.